All right, this video is for the 4.11 homework. We're talking about similar triangles today. So first thing we've got to do is determine if two triangles are similar. So what you want to do is match up all the pieces, okay? So AB are the first two letters over here. DE are the first two letters over here. If you notice, our symbol for similar is different. So if things were congruent, it was that little suave and the equal sign. That means congruent. If it's just the little suave, then that means they're similar. Okay, so watch for those symbols so you know what they're asking you for. All right, so on the figure, AB matches up with DE. So those two sides match up. Okay, then we've got the last two letters. So BC matches up with EF. So BC goes with EF. And then finally, first and last, so A and C goes with D and F. So A and C goes with D and F. So to determine if they're similar or not, you have to see if the ratio is the same between the sides. And you have to keep everything the same. Typically when we're looking for a scale factor, we do image over original. We make a ratio that way. Sometimes it's hard to tell in these which is image, which is original, and really there's not a set, this one's always the image, this one's always the original. Okay? I go just to kind of keep things the same, so you do the same thing every time. The one that's listed first, I always call that one the original, and the one that's listed second, I call that one the image. Again, there's no set, it doesn't have to be that way, but if you just kind of keep it consistent, it's easier to work through these problems. So, image is going to go on top, that's triangle DEF. And then ABC is the original. And we're going to make a ratio for each of the sides. So the pink sides, image would be 8, and then original would be 4. So those are my pink sides. Just so you can kind of keep everything straight here. And then, let's see, the next side, let's do orange next. So image would be 6, original would be 3, 6 over 3. So that was the ratio for the orange sides. And then the last pair of sides, 4 and 2. You have to check all three sides because the ratio has to be the same for all three sides. So how we check that, those fractions that we made, we can type those into our calculator and simplify them. They need to be in simplest form. Okay? So 8 over 4 simplifies to 2. 6 over 3 simplifies to 2. 4 over 2 simplifies to 2. If they all simplify to the same thing, then those triangles are similar. If they don't, if even one is different, those two triangles are not similar. So that ratio between the sides has to be the same for every single pair of sides. Okay? All right, missing side lengths. So on these, we're going to find the scale factor, and then we're going to find the length of a missing side. Okay? So again, we have to match up sides here. So I just pick a side and kind of start going with it. So I'm going to pick this side first, BC. BC is the last two letters, so it matches up with the last two letters over here, E and F. And then, I pick the ones that have labels. I only worry about the ones that have labels. AC is the first and last, so first and last over here are D and F. So then those two sides go together. So if I want to find the scale factor, this right here is scale factor. Okay? That value we found, that ratio, that's the scale factor. So we can do this the same way. We have to pick a set of sides where they both have a value. So if you look at the orange sides, one of those is labeled with an X. We can't use that to find a scale factor. But both of our pink sides have a value. Okay? So again, rule of thumb for me, ABC is going to be my original And then this one's going to be my image. And again, we do image over original. So pink side on the image is 25. Pink side on the original is 30. And then again, simplify it down. Anytime you're getting these ratios, these fractions, type them in and just see if they simplify down. So my scale factor there is 5/6. What that means is I can take matching sides, so like 30. I can take 30, multiply it by the scale factor, and I'll get the size for the smaller shape. So I can do the same thing for the orange side. I can take 36 and multiply it by the scale factor, and then I get that missing side length. Some are pretty easy. You can set them up, go pretty easy that way. That's if you're missing a side on the image. We're going to have one where it's reversed. Okay? It's the next one, I think. Okay. So ABC is the original figure. So that one actually tells us, oh, they do tell us ABC is the original. So I did good on this page to make sure you knew which one was the original. So ABC is the original. DEF is the image. Match up sides here. So first side I'm going to label AB. AB are the first two letters. DE are the first two letters over here. Let me drop that calculator down. So those two sides go together. Okay, and then I've got BC. BC is the last two letters. So the last two letters over here are EF. All right, so to find the scale factor, I can't use the orange side because we got a missing measurement there, but I can use the pink sides. So again, image over original. Pink side on the image is 36. Pink side on the original is 24. Okay. So 36 over 24, 3/2. So to show you something, if the scale factor is less than 1, your figure gets smaller. If your scale factor is bigger than 1, your figure gets bigger. One way you can kind of check your scale factor. All right, on the last one here, we're going to find the value of x and the length of BC. So they're two different things. So last year we did tic-tac-toe. Okay. We can do tic-tac-toe with this. So original and image. We did like original and new last year. Okay. My labels over here are going to be the colors I used. So I used pink and I used orange. That just keeps straight what side I'm using. So on my original, the pink side is 24. The orange side is 3x. On the image, the pink side is 36. And the orange side is 45. If you remember with tic-tac-toe, wherever that letter is, we don't use that letter. Okay? Whatever we have left, you always go diagonally first. So you cross multiply and then you divide. Okay? So I'm going to do 45 times 24 divided by 36. Okay. So 45 times 24 divided by 36. And that gives me 30. Now, is that what x equals? So what is that 30? What is that amount? That is the missing length. So ignoring this, if I cross multiply and divide, that math right there finds me the length of the orange side on the original. Okay? So that's the length of DE. You have to find that first. So then how would I find the value of x? Okay, let me put it to you this way. If we just, yeah, say it. Divide by 3. So if DE equals 30, but DE also equals 3x, then that also means that 30 equals 3x. You can menu 3-1 it. Some of you guys could see it and go, oh, divide by 3. Some of you guys can just go, oh, look, 3 times 10 gives me 30. If you need to menu 3-1 it, that's okay too. But x here is going to be 10. So whatever value you get when you cross multiply and divide, that's going to give you the length of the side. Take that, set it equal to the expression for your side length, and that's going to give you the value of x. All right, that is it for this video.